everybody, I'm Joseph Malik here on Inside Avondale Radio and Television Broadcast. Today we are going to be talking about building a strong foundation in the community and support. Today we have our guests from Beach Acres, Mr. Nate Lett. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Good. And we have Miss Connie Harrison. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Great. So when we have Beach Acres in here, I am so happy just to know that we have support within the community, and we have a maternal and a paternal support. So could you tell me, Mr. Lett, about the paternal support that Beach Acres is providing for the community of Avondale?
Well, we have a Building Strong Marriages and Relationship program and also a fatherhood initiative that we're just now starting, which is designed to strengthen the family by strengthening the relationships. And we use a 3C approach, building on their communication, conflict management, and commitment skills.
That's good. So you said father initiative, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, we're working with fathers to reintegrate them back into their family, back into their household. If they were emotionally or physically absent because of whatever reason, we're trying to give them some skills to integrate them back in their family, back in their children's lives, and back in their spouse or significant other lives.
That's good. So when you grab hold of these men and these fathers, what vision do you see for them? What would you like to see for these men to come out in your program?
I would like for them to reintegrate themselves back in their families and their communities, leave a legacy for their children, build on their communication skills, their commitment and their conflict management. And not only the skills that we help them provide themselves, we do this as an assessment where we're co-creating, where they're helping design what they want to do, where they want to go, what direction they want to be in. And hopefully they use those skills in the home and in the workplace. They're transferable skills that we try to make sure that we have give to the fathers.
Right. See, a lot of the support in Avondale needs the fatherly support, and it's really just to show that direction that youth need and also other people in the community need, and that's good that Beach Acres is here. Do you have any specific examples of how Beach Acres is helping within the community with any organizations specifically?
Well, we're right in negotiations with the Urban League to provide workshops for the Urban League, relationship training for their participants that come through their doors. We work with Carmel
Carmel Presbyterian
Church. I'm sorry.
It's a mouthful, I know.
We work with them to provide relationship classes for their participants over there at the church, and we just have trained and utilized community advocates to do our trainings for us in our program. So we got people from Avondale doing facilitation. Could you tell me a little bit about the Avondale Youth Council, why you got involved with that?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, actually, my cousin, he is a long-standing member and alumni now from the Avondale Youth Council, and he brought me out of my sense of shyness and said, "You're going to do something," and I was like, okay. I wasn't doing anything in the community, really, so I got in the Avondale Youth Council for some money, but when I started getting more engaged, I became more involved in the community, volunteering, picking up trash, and also learning about the needs of the community as a whole. And I really fell in love with it and doing community work, and now I'm engaging more with the city and trying to create a better place for Cincinnatians to live.
That's good. Great.
And I'm just marveled by what you're doing with fatherhood in the community, so
yeah,
I just appreciate it.
And it follows under Beach Acres' mission, which is inspiring and equipping today's parents, families, and communities into raising capable, caring, and contributing children.
Right. So let's speak about the other half in the family. With Ms. Connie Harrison, I understand that you work more on the mother's side and developing today's mothers in the community with childcare.
Yes, the program that we work with is called Every Child Succeeds, and we are a part of the larger consortium that's operated by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. And we were one of the original partners in the program, along with several others in Hamilton County. But the program extends farther than that. We serve families in Northern Kentucky and in Butler and Claremont counties as well. So we're funded by the state of Ohio through Help Me Grow and through United Way of Greater Cincinnati, who's been a strong contributor here in the Avondale community. And our program works with moms who are expecting a baby or who have a new baby. We can stay with them until their baby is 3. And our goal there is to help them have the healthiest baby that they can, in line with Beach Acres' mission for the caring and contributing children.
That's great. And so you said working in the time frame from when the baby is born to the age of 3. What impact do you see that is made by Beach Acres within that time frame?
Well, Every Child Succeeds has a much lower infant mortality rate than the surrounding communities in Hamilton County and within the city of Cincinnati.
That's
So
true.
the education and support we provide helps moms to deliver babies closer to full term, to have slightly larger babies, and to be able to provide the kind of care that helps them to stay healthy. The other thing that happens in the first 3 years of life is that brain development. So all of the connections that you have in your brain that make you the smart young man that you are, most of them were built before you were 3 years old.
That's
And so we coach parents around the kind of parent and child interaction that they need to build those strong brain developments, really we say to make a smarter baby. So that is around having face-to-face contact, around feeding, around reading to their baby, using good language models, providing healthy nutrition, and a lot of other things that really help their children to get off to the best possible start.
Great. Do you have any other things that you would like to say about the program from Beach Acres?
In the Beach Acres portion of the program, we only serve the first-time moms. We do also participate over at Carmel Presbyterian with the monthly group, and our moms are eligible, like many other community moms, for the once-a-week Friday pantries, where moms come and provide some community service in order to receive some items. And ECS also has a Start Strong program now, which is for second-time or subsequent moms, so that they can get that same kind of support.
Great. Again, I am so grateful and so thankful for Beach Acres being in the communities. And it's not only just Avondale, it's the whole city of Cincinnati and the region around it, Greater Cincinnati. I would like you to get back with them. Do you all have any social media or anything that you would like to interact with the community that you would like to speak about?
Well, Beach Acres does have a Facebook page. Please come by and like it. We are on Twitter. We have some parenting tips. Our website is beachacres.org, so please feel free to check it out and see the newsletter and things that are there.
And our phone number is 513-231-6630.
All right, I hope you all liked what we had on there today. I want to remind you that we are on Twitter and Facebook inside Avondale. Be sure to follow us and just to talk to us about today's segment.
Superstar.
Take me to the river, put me in the water. Fire baptism, spirit, son, and father. Faith, gang, duties, fear, stay slaughtered. I die in these truths, faith, gang, martyr. I'm about that life, we about that life. I'm about that life, we about that life. This ain't for the weak, it take a sacrifice. We about that life, we about that life. Lord, protect me as I run up on the devil's turf. Infiltrators camping, turn them to converts. Psychics and the prophets hit them where it hurts. Snatch them out the wild and bring them to the church. Contract, demon killer, boy, I put in work. Exercise and exorcism, run them out the earth. Up late, 3 a.m., that's the witching hour. So I bleed the blood, take away they witching power. I'm really about that life, boy, it's not a game. Committed to the calling, holiness my aim. Bang, bang. The angels in heaven probably think I be playing. Call fire down and tell the spirit rain. If you from the other side, it sounds foreign to you. It's counterculture over here, you should conform to it. If you from the other side, it might be foreign to you. It's counterculture over here, boy. Take me to the river, put me in the water. Fire baptism, spirit, son, and father. Faith, gang, duties, fear, stay slaughtered. I die in these truths, faith, gang, martyr. I'm about that life. We about that life. I'm about that life. We about that life. This ain't for the weak, it take a sacrifice. We about that life. We about that life. The track ain't the only thing we be. Whole clique victors, we don't know defeat. Understand you dealing with some children of the king, so I win no matter what, like I play for both teams. Pray for both me and the Faith Gang family. Fly mental mindset, ain't no point in landing. Heir to the throne, in the air I'm standing. I
Hello everyone, this is Joseph Malik. Welcome back to Inside Avondale Radio and Television Broadcast. I am your host, Joseph Malik, and we're going to get back on the subject for support and strong foundation within the community. And what better strong foundation that is provided than by a mother? Today we have Miss Deborah Love, one of our mothers of the Avondale Youth Council, who I'm very appreciative of. Her son is actually Isaiah. And she brought him to the Avondale Youth Council. And I just want to know, Miss Love, why did you bring Isaiah to the AYC?
Well, initially I brought Isaiah to the AYC because I wanted to have him have something to do. And so I thought this would be a great way to keep him busy. After I got him into the AYC, I was kind of interested in knowing what the AYC did. So I continued to send him, but I also then started trying to participate in the program and find out what was going on. And I'm quite glad at this point that I got him in the AYC.
That's good. So I have a question.
Okay.
It's about parenting. As a parent, how does it seem different? You know, as a kid, you thought of being a parent, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How does it seem different now that you actually are a parent and a mother within this community?
I think being a parent is a great responsibility. You have to be kind of the example of what you want your kid to be rather than always trying to tell them what to do. It's important that you're an example of what you want to see in that child. So parenting is a big responsibility.
Mm-hmm. And as I said before, you are like a mother to the AYC, and I just want to know, like, how do you see as your role within the Avondale Youth Council as a motherly figure, as a figure in the AYC that's helping lead us youth?
Okay. Well, I hear a lot about youth in Avondale and all over the city, and very often you hear negative things about what youth are doing out there. And so I think that in order for youth to be successful, there has to be role models and mentors and people that are helping them along their way. And so I see my role as just a mentor and support to some of the youth that are in the AYC, and to try to help them, you know, wherever, you know, I'm a single parent, so sometimes coming to the AYC was helpful because there were male role models. And so I'm just a female role model for kids who are in single parent homes.
I have that opposition from our supervisors, Mr. Ozie and
Yes,
Mr. Fulton. I
absolutely.
understand. So I just have another question for you. Why is it important for parents to contribute towards their children's future?
I think they have to be involved. I mean, just like when Isaiah came into the youth council, it was important for me to know what he was doing. I think sometimes you want to send your kids somewhere and so you can get away from them, but you also have to spend some time being involved in their lives and finding out what they're actually doing. And I think what that does is build a better relationship between you and your children. So it's important that they know that you are involved in all aspects of their lives. So I think it's important to come to the AYC, volunteer, even be an example and a mentor to some of the other kids, and it's good.
Good. So if if you don't mind, could we talk about Isaiah for a little bit?
Sure.
So, as you're soaking into him, what kind of things have you seen develop in him as a parent?
When he was in the AYC at 12, he was very, very busy, unfocused. He needed a lot of supervision, and now what I see is happening is that he's developing his own styles, his leadership skills. He's starting to be a little bit more mature. He's interested in providing the other kids in the youth council with some leadership. So he has grown quite a bit since he's been in the youth council.
So, just to ask, I don't know if I should be going off the subject from the Avondale Youth Council, but we're a community, and the Avondale Youth Council is definitely a big part of it. How do you see other neighbors contributing to Isaiah's lives?
Well, I just think having healthy adults that are that work and that are doing things in their lives, having them be an example of the kids. They need to be able to see all aspects of our community. So even if you have a housewife or an engineer or a teacher, I think it's important for them to see all aspects of people in our community, to know that they have different opportunities and they can go any way they want to go, but there's always a place for them to go. And back in the day when we were kids, we used to kind of look out for our youth, and I think we've gotten a lot away from that. And I think that it's important that our community in the neighborhood is really looking after the kids in the neighborhood.
I mean, that's great. So do you have any ideas for the parents now? We're on television, we're on radio, and you can tell them now, how can they get involved?
They can come and volunteer. The Youth Council does a lot of activities, and sometimes Fulton is only one person and he can't be in all places at all times. So I think that parents can come and sort of just be there to be a support for the youth. They can come and help with some of the activities that we do in the community. They can come and mentor some of the kids. I have 2 of the Youth Council kids that I'm mentoring one-on-one, so I see them on a regular basis. And there's all kinds of ways they can get involved.
So, Ms. Deborah, I have one last question for you. Does it put a smile on your face to see that you've made an impact in the children's lives that are in the Avondale Youth Council, that are in the community? Does it put a smile on your face to see that you are, a contributing parent within this community?
Yeah, it does. When I first started volunteering with the Youth Council, it looked like to me I just wanted to drop Isaiah off and have somebody looking after him. But as I started continuing to come and be involved with the kids' lives, it was kind of pulling me in. So I felt like a lot of these kids just need an adult in their lives that kind of give them an ear, allow them to, talk without any judgment. And it just made me want to come more and be involved more. And so it's been a great opportunity, and I kind of like it, and I'll always be a part of the Youth Council.
And she's smiling now. Thank you, Ms. Deborah, for coming on air with us on Inside Avondale. We'll be back shortly with more guests and more fun.
Okay.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Here's my nephew Scruff, about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh. It's my dad's. You want to hold it? What'll I do?
You'll see, but that's not the only problem he has.
Hey, here's a shortcut. Not down there, Square. I don't think it's safe. Come on, the coast is clear. I'm not taking a chance, Lance. Oh, no. Well, hello, Dogface. Come to give us your sneakers.
Uh-oh, trouble again, Scruff. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies, drugs, and guns.
Am I the hero again?
You'll see. and you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. And you'll be helping take a bite out of crime.
I want it. I want it.
Let me tell you who to blame. Blame the boy lying at your feet, his body oozing life through the hole in his stomach where the bullet tore him apart. Blame him for challenging you, for not looking away and for not backing down when you pulled out the gun. Blame your mother for bringing you into this world when she was but a kid herself and for dragging you up, not bringing you up. Blame society for not giving you hope. Blame your father for not being there, the man who looked after himself instead of looking after you. Blame the gun in your hand for making you a target, for making you more likely to be picked on. Blame the dead boy, blame your mother, blame society, blame your father, blame the gun, blame anyone but yourself for not being strong enough to put down the gun, to break the cycle.
Hello everyone, you're back with Inside Avondale Radio and Television Broadcast. We're on the topic of support in the community and strong foundations in the community. Today, right now, we have Miss Vanessa. How are you?
I'm good.
Miss Vanessa White is here with the Promise Club, and just want to ask, what is the Promise Club?
The Promise Club will, we're actually going to be working with parents in a more in-depth way. And it's all about making a promise to have a long-term education plan for your child. And so we are having Promise Club meetings with parents from Rockdale, Avondale, South Avondale, and we're also going to be including the preschools, 3 preschools in the neighborhood as well, so that we, as you said, you know, this is about foundations, build that strong foundation so that parents know how to approach their schools on behalf of their children and how to pretty much take control, not sit back as a bystander waiting for the school to report their grades or send home a notice, but knowing how to take leadership roles in the school, knowing how to advocate at the district level, knowing how to reach out to other parents in the community. So it really is about the parents. It's not about us starting a group. It's about how do parent-to-parent engagement as well. And the Promise Clubs will be parent-driven. So here's what a parent wants to accomplish. We will work with the parents to have individualized plans for their children, and it'll be us supporting them to get done what they want to do.
Miss Vanessa, what is your role in the Promise Club?
So I am in Strive Partnership is partnering with us on this, and potentially other partners will come alongside as well. But my role is to provide strategic direction to our team members in terms of outreach and engagement, in terms of knowledge about the district, in terms of knowledge about report cards and the testing that we're doing now in our schools that has been changed. And so it's really that broad knowledge, the big ideas. I was on the school board for a term, and before that was really active as a parent of 5 children in Cincinnati Public Schools, and also so I have an in-depth understanding of how the district works and ways to advocate for your children. But also, and when we talk about advocacy, it's not a negative, it's not that negative connotation that a lot of times we give to advocacy. It is about being a voice, how to be a positive voice for your child and on behalf of the district, and how to support your principal as well, because they have a very hard job. But it really is, it's not about going in and, you know, being critical of what's going on, but it's going in and talking about how to be supportive.
Right. See, I know Miss Vanessa White. I know her 3 children, the triplets. They go to school with me at Walnut Hills, and you can see that she has a passion for this, because you can see it instilled in them that they have a purpose within the school, that they know that they want to go and get the most achievements that they can, because they want to excel in life. And I can just see your passion through your children. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
They're just light and joy in my life. And I'm just so glad that you're bringing this into the community in Avondale. So I just want to ask, what got you involved with this? I understand, like, from your own children's standpoint, that you wanted them to have, a successful life growing up and having a good education. But
So what got me involved with the Promise Clubs or
With the Promise
education
Club.
in whole? So I was a part of a parent advocacy group when I was the parent president of one of my kids' schools. So just always being really actively engaged. And I always saw that the greatest strength was when parents got together and planned things together, that you could get more done and bring your ideas together. And so it's not about, just like I said, sitting as a bystander, but it's being a support to each other too. So you make friends, like you said, you instill that in your children. And so I've just, ever since, I have 5 kids, so I do have 2 other kids, so I've just been really involved for the last 23 years in just showing up and being a part. And so just a strong advocate and strong belief. And so this model, ACDC's executive director found this model, and us together thought this is a great model because it really is about bringing the parents and giving them the power to engage.
And I think that's very interesting because last night at our class we were just talking about what it takes to bring a child to come to a college education and come to it successfully. And I commented that we need to have them just have it instilled in the parents and the families that this is the goal, that we need to have them know that they are going to be set for a higher education. So that's good. Thank you very much for talking about the Promise Club. Do you have any social media or anything that you would like to talk about?
We're going to let the parents decide on a logo. We put information in the newsletter, ACDC's newsletter. There will be a Facebook page, so that'll be sent out and letting people know. So again, just how important it is to come to the club and get involved.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Vanessa.
Thank
you for tuning in here at Inside Avondale Radio and Television Broadcast. I am Joseph Malik. Thank you and good night.